Alfredo Angulo, and Archak Ter-Meliksetian in a bout scheduled for 8 rounds. Alfredo Angulo is a 4-time Mexican national champion who fought in the 2004 Olympics in Athens. He turned pro the next year, and this past September took his first step up in class on Showbox against unbeaten Emmanuel Gonzalez. Angulo went right after Gonzalez. He fought aggressively but under control, selecting his shots beautifully, working head and body with both hands, and keeping the heat on. He dropped Gonzalez twice in the second round to score an impressive early stoppage. 25-year-old Alfredo Angulo back on Showbox, fighting for the 5th time this year, now 10-0, 7 KOs. Steve, take us behind his numbers.
Well, Angulo's a Mexican baby, Nick. He looks older than 25, and he already resembles a classy pro. But let's not forget, he's fought only 30 rounds as a pro, and against easy pickings. KO after KO. Angulo's on a 6-fight KO streak, all coming 4 rounds or less. But I see a pressure fighter who wears you down much more than a one-punch knockout guy. And classy mates, maybe the reason Angulo looks so polished, he sparred with Roy Jones, Ricky Hatton, Antonio Margarito, Fernando Vargas, and Carlos Valdemir. That's like working a fight broadcast with Nick Charles.
Could be intimidating, huh? 6'2" Archak Ter-Meliksetian is definitely the most skilled and dangerous opponent yet for Angulo. Born in Armenia, he moved with his family to Brazil at age 12, won 4 national championships there. He now lives in the United States. 29-year-old turned pro in 2002, appeared on Showbox 2 years ago against then undefeated prospect Saku Powell. Archak got outboxed the first half of the fight, but he kept pressing forward, landed some solid shots, and made it competitive, going 10 rounds for the first time, but losing a unanimous decision. Ter-Meliksetian has lost 4 of his last 5, but looked impressive at times in every one of those step-up in class fights. He's coming off a year layoff, though, and is 16-5 with 13 knockouts. What's behind the numbers, Steve?
Oh, murderer's row, Nick. Sure, Archak's lost 4 of his last 5, but look at his comp. Jose Cruz was 31-2-2. Sergio Mora 17-0. Giovanni Lorenzo 19-0. And Powell was 17-0. That's a combined 84-2-2. 12 months missing. Archak was busy in 05 and 06, but he hasn't fought in 12 months. He can't afford to start slowly tonight against the hard-charging Angulo. And veteran numbers. Archak's been 6 rounds or longer 7 times, and he's been 10 once. Compare that to Angulo, who's been past 4 rounds only 1 time. Advantage Archak.
2 big punchers in our leadoff bout. Alfredo Angulo risking his perfect record. Archak Ter-Meliksetian needing to win now. Let's meet them both and go up to ring announcer Jake Gutierrez.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Chumash Casino Resort here in Santa Ynez, California for Showbox, the new generation. Presented by Gary Shaw Productions in association with the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians and Showtime. Tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission. The executive officer is Armando Garcia. This next bout, the 3 judges scoring will be Max DeLuca, Marty Denkin, and Lou Filippo, and our referee in charge is Dr. Lou Moret. This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds in the junior middleweight division. Introducing first, he'll be fighting out of the blue corner. He entered the ring wearing the blue trunks with the red trim, and he weighed in at 152 pounds. His professional record stands at 16 victories with 5 defeats, with 13 big wins by knockout. Originally from Yavar, Armenia, he now makes his home in Patterson, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Archak Shark Attack Ter-Meliksetian. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the black and silver trunks, and he weighed in at 153.5 pounds. As a professional, he is perfect. 10 victories, no losses, 7 wins by knockout. Originally from Mexicali, Baja California, Mexico, he now lives and fights out of Coachella, California. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing a 2004 Mexican Olympian, here is Alfredo El Perro Angulo.
Perro, que Cage in and giving you instruction in the dressing room. Shake hands, go to your corners, and wait the bell. Good luck.
Archak with the 4-inch reach advantage, but it won't be an advantage at all if he, again, allows his opponent to get close and stay close.
California rules in effect tonight. Most notably, referee or doctor can stop the fight. And one thing, in case of an accidental foul, they'll go to the scorecards after the start of the 4th round. That's different than ABC rules. 4 rounds have to be complete. So Dr. Lou Moret, our referee, man in the middle. We're in California, our final showbox of the year. 2 big punchers, Alfredo Angulo in the black and silver, and in the orange and blue, Archak Ter-Meliksetian, who needs to win immediately, Steve. Otherwise, he goes from, well, fading potential prospect to opponent.
He promises he'll box tonight. We've heard that before from the long-armed Archak, and let's see if he does. He's starting that way, but what happens is when he gets hit, or when he hits his opponent and hurts him, then he turns puncher and the fight goes inside.
Yeah, you know, he knocked down Sergio Mora with a short little left hook, but he does smother a lot of his own shots. And if he could fight long and tall like he's doing now, he could crack, Steve.
He can.
With left hooks, he's digging, coming over the top of the right. Now Angulo, and they're in a slugfest. Let's see if that rumble mentality takes over.
Exactly. Right now, Archak's getting much the better of it, especially with the straight right hand.
Yeah, they're getting clocked with hooks. And Angulo starts to pour it on, and Ter-Meliksetian is down inside or at the minute mark of this round. Man, he was stunned by a swarming attack.
Come on. Okay.
And he still looks dazed. Here comes Angulo. Let's see if he can finish. Selecting shots. Tremendous right hand, and it's over. Dr. Lou Moret telling Ter-Meliksetian that's enough. 2 tremendous knockdowns inside a minute and a half of this first round, and dynamically, explosively, it's over, and Alfredo Angulo's the real thing, Steve.
You know, just as I said it, that Archak was getting the better of it, it's the worst thing for him. Same thing happened with Mora, as you referred to. When Archak starts hitting his opponent, he turns puncher. He got into a firefight with Angulo, and look what happened. But to Angulo's credit, with all those losses that Archak has suffered, Nick, only Nurhan Suleiman put him down. And Angulo did that tonight. Archak may be a shot fighter at this point, but great win for Angulo in only his 11th fight.
Steve, some of the questions that they had about Angulo, at least the opponent's corner, Lou Fusco specifically, is this guy was nothing special in terms of hand speed. Well, I thought, you know, when he started to trade with this guy, he was flashing adequate speed, and I liked his power. He showed us a lot more than, and I think he answered questions about how hard he hits. We heard him hitting the mitts again, and man, there was a lot of pop, but there's a big difference doing that and against a guy who we've seen, as you said, who could take a shot. Putting him down in the manner in which he did suggests this guy is the genuine article.
Oh, no, you have to give Angulo the benefit of the doubt. Archak, a year off. I said he couldn't afford to start slowly. Ironically, he started too fast, and he was hitting Angulo with a lot of right hands. Now, in measuring this knockout win, you have to say, you know, how much of it is that Archak is a little bit shot. You can't really say that he was totally shot because he was in every one of those losses, you know, fighting back all the way. So I give Angulo all the credit.
Well, they went to war immediately. Opening bell, really nothing to feel out. Angulo, aggressive, but a guy who will box, but a stalker who closes distance well. And we look at him here, the kind of guy who wants to put the heat on. We're going to look at this entire fight again because it was so short. But in the meantime, talking about Angulo moving to 11-0, 8 stoppages, and that the most dynamic here. Opening bell, watch Angulo, and watch Archak trying to create that kind of a distance, but he's got to plant and discourage the rushes of Angulo. So he's a puncher, and Lou Fusco, his manager said, or his trainer said, he's got to set and punch. And he's starting to do it now, but the jab is working. He's controlling distance and range. And now we'll see him get into a war rather quickly. Angulo trying to close distance, Steve.
Well, if Angulo has a weakness, Nick, he's a little slow-footed and a little slow-handed, and Archak found himself quicker. And that's why he was able to land those right hands. You see a right hand there, another right hand there, and now he thinks he's got his man hurt, so he's coming forward. But worst thing could have happened to him.
Yeah, Angulo drops his left hand, too, so he was getting hit with those right hands, and now with a boatload of confidence. Ter-Meliksetian wants to duke it out with him. So he stands and slug, backs against the rope. And now he is getting hit flush, and there comes the bombs, and here comes the first fall.
Yeah, it was 3 left hooks and 3 right hands by Angulo. And just like that, boom, Archak, his legs are gone already. You could see that.
And you could just see, as we said, still dazed here. Dr. Lou Moret asking, walk to me, are you okay? And here we go. It's a minute 15 into this fight, and that pulverizing right hand, that was a hammer.
Wow, you know, we're going to see James Kirkland, same division as Angulo in our main event. And Kirkland's further along than Angulo. But, you know, Angulo fighting Archak, Nick, in his 11th pro fight. That's an impressive win. 4 losses in Archak's last 5 fights or not.
A bombardment here tonight to get Showbox started. Inside around, Alfredo Angulo turns the lights out on Archak Ter-Meliksetian. Let's make it official now with Jake Gutierrez.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dr. Lou Moret stops this contest at 1 minute 19 seconds of the first round. The winner by knockout victory, he is still undefeated, Alfredo El Perro Angulo.
Well, I'll tell you, if I'm the crowd, I would be on my feet for that. They're a little subdued. That was a tremendous power display.
And here we're going to see the first knockdown. Best part of this fight for me was I didn't have to say Archak's last name once the whole fight. And they're going at it even. No problem there. If anything, Archak's out fighting Angulo. But it turns on a left hook. Watch it. Right there. And the bad thing for Archak, he was against the ropes. He was a little square, giving a little bit too much room, punching room, to Angulo. Wow. I mean, you know, I would have made Angulo the favorite in this fight, but no way would I have thought he would take Archak out. Here's the first knockdown again. Archak already dipping. He's square. He's got no defense, no head movement. Nice straight shots from Angulo, and that's one of the reasons we say that this 25-year-old former Olympian is a very classy fighter. He throws punches technically sound. And now the end of the fight. Oh, he got full extension on that right hand following the left hook. And the amazing thing about Archak, he's always been a tough guy. Look at him complaining to Dr. Lou Moret. Once again, left hook, right hand. Absolutely brutal. And Archak, who's clearly beaten, complaining to the referee as Moret waves it off.
Wisely waved it off. Alfredo Angulo, take it to him, back him up, in your face. And he did the job beautifully here tonight to move to 11-0 with 8 KOs.